And but enough of that. Let's move on to our next artist, Brother Robert Kuhlmann, who's coming from Manhattan Beach. Boss, how you doing?
We are doing awesome. We are doing
Yeah,
awesome. Yeah.
yeah. So now I noticed in your bio you got some interesting background too. So you have played with Shelley Kemp, haven't you?
Yes. Yes.
So,
Yeah.
and I've gotten acquainted with her here on through Red's Room, and I forget if I hosted for her or if I just played the same night as her, one of the two. But she was great. And tell me about what you've done with her and other things as well.
Well, so I met her. I worship at. I'm a member over at Hope Chapel, Hermosa Beach. So
Yeah.
I met her through there. She came up to me and asked me if I would. She knew I played guitar. She'd see me the worship team and wanted me to play guitar with her. So I'm like, okay, sure, what the heck, you know? And she had some great songs, and we did. So this was after she had recorded the record, so we did a lot of post release shows. We played Angel City. We played,
Hmm.
the Baptist Church down on Vermont, and
Very cool.
did a lot of those things. We did the record release party, and then then it was the 1-2 punch of COVID, and then she moved to Georgia. So yeah,
Right.
so that'll shut down a band pretty darn quick.
Yeah. I've heard she's been coming and going over here
She does.
still. I guess they're
She
not totally
does,
settled in. So we,
and she's gotten involved in a environment down there. She's part of the worship team at a church down there, and so she's still keeping on. So it's really great. I'm actually in a small group with her, and they are because of the hour time difference. It's kind of hard for them to get on a lot, but we
well,
see it from
yeah.
time to time.
Right, right.
So it's
Hey,
great. Yeah.
Robert, just so you know, if you tune in on November 5th, you will see her live here on Red
Well,
Rooms.
then I'll have to do that. Thanks for the
That's right.
reminder.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Coming up. Coming
Yeah.
up.
Yeah. Great. Yeah. So, and other than that, I've been, I similar to I think what Dave was saying, right? He was in bands, I've been in bands too, but I think I started probably a lot longer than he did, because I released my first single back in 1981. So I've been around the block a couple of times, through different types of that was a power pop band, and then in a new post punk band, and
Cool.
then Americana and rock and roll, and roots
Hmm.
rock, and the whole nine yards,
Yeah.
and acoustic stuff. But as my heart sort of turned towards Jesus more and more in the last maybe 10-15 years, um, the the songs that I was writing kind of turned into more. I was using the same style. It's kind of similar to what they were saying. So same style, but now
Right.
it's coming out in a different way. And
Right.
so that's kind of what I usually am able to share here on
Well,
Red's Room. So
well, I can identify with that a lot, because like I got more active just like probably in the last maybe it's I guess now it's about 18 years now when the
mhm,
blues bug bit me and being, later in life I finally had connections and better equipment
right.
and so I was doing like secular blues rock for a while, but I always wanted to do Christian blues. And when the Crimson Blues Band started back in 2011, um, it just was a snowball effect. And it's like, okay, I'm more than happy to go out and do a secular gig, and we'll do a Muddy Waters song or
Right.
Rocky Mountain Way from Joe Walsh. But you know what? Well, and that's because I play slide. Okay, that's
Right, right,
why.
right, right, right.
But my heart's desire is to do the Christian blues stuff, that I've been doing with these guys. So
Right.
I'm right there with you.
Cool.
So anyway, let's hear what you got.
Okay. All right. So if you're gonna start off with a few originals, and let me get my original sound on, and we'll make this happen. So I was actually having some dinner with a couple friends last night, and the one guy had seen was tuned into a Reds Room a couple of times ago, and he requested this song. So this is for Laro. Every time I tried to hide, every time I'd run away, Every time I felt alone, steadfast you remain. Even when I didn't see your face, I couldn't call your name, you were always faithful to me every single day. When I was faithless and in chains, steadfast you remain. When I was a slave to sin, when all I wanted was my own way, when all I wanted was the world, steadfast you remain. In the moment that I felt your grace, when I heard you call my name, you've been always faithful to me every single day. Through every single change, steadfast you remain. And on the cross, Christ paid for our salvation. God's word is never changed. While we are faithless, you were always faithful. Steadfast you remain. Steadfast you remain. Every time I tried to hide, every time I'd run away, every time I felt alone, steadfast you remain. Steadfast you remain. Steadfast you remain.
Love it. You said that was an original one, right?
Yes, I wrote
Very
that a
nice.
couple years ago. Yeah.
Yeah, very cool. So now you've put out several CDs. I see here in your bio. I see that you put out a fourth album in 2019. Am I reading correctly that you're working on new material beyond that now?
Yeah, actually, I was in the studio couple, probably a couple weeks ago, trying to lay down some tracks for. Let me put this sound. I keep moving the sound back and forth. Laying down some tracks for actually a song that I'm going to do a little bit later.
Okay, cool.
And that's a song that's been kicking around for about 12 years.
Yeah.
And one of the guys, one of my friends over at Hope Chapel has been trying to record it for that long. And we're finally going to make a new version of it. So, yeah.
I know that feeling about really, really old songs that need the dust blown off and it's time to get recorded.
Right.
Now your last one in 2019 was that faith-based music, Christian music also?
No,
or-
actually none of the stuff that I've done, it's all been secular kind of rock and
Okay.
roll type,
Okay.
you
Okay.
know, yeah.
So this is the first one where you're really taking the plunge.
Yeah.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. Very cool. Very cool.
All right. So this next song is actually a song that I wrote. It was I was writing it during a storm at a men's retreat, and my friend Tom might remember that one. It was a men's retreat back in 2013, I think. And I was out having a moment and doing some Bible reading. I was reading Proverbs, and actually I wasn't reading Proverbs. There was a rock wall, a climbing wall, and on the wall it actually said it was Proverbs 18:10. The name of the Lord is a strong tower. The righteous run to it and safe, which is kind of a weird thing to have on a climbing wall, but it sort of was part of the inspiration for the song. So this is called Strong Tower. If I could get my, there we go. There's a wall in front of me. It's so tall I cannot see your face as hard as I try. There's a desert at my feet. My bones are dry, I need relief and grace. The more of you in my life. Crying out, I fall down on my knees, praying to the one who set me free. And the name of the Lord is a strong tower. The righteous run to it and are saved. In the name of the Lord is a strong tower. The righteous run to it and are saved. The storm is gathering. I hear the thunder rolling in. I feel raindrops cool against my cheek. Sound like a roaring sea is overwhelming me. Oh Lord, I feel so weak. Falling down, I shout out, hear my cry. In the pouring rain, I feel him change my life. The name of the Lord is a strong tower. Blessings run to it and are safe. The name of the Lord is a strong tower. Righteous run to it and are saved. The name of the Lord, 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 and the name of the Lord is a strong tower. Righteous run to it and are saved. And the name of the Lord is a strong tower. Righteous run to it and are saved. And are saved. And are saved.
Yeah. Very cool. Very cool.
Thank you.
All righty. Love it. We love it. Love it.
So I was inspired by Jess doing some old hymns. So I changed up my, I was like, you know what? I want to dig this thing up. So this actually is an old hymn that when I was actually in high school, I sang in an a cappella choir. We toured Europe singing this song. And I love
Let's see
this
if I
song.
recognize it.
You probably will.
Okay.
In the morning when I rise, in the morning when I rise, In the morning when I rise, give me Jesus. Give me Jesus. Give me Jesus. You can have all this world. Give me Jesus. And when I'm all alone, and when I'm all alone, and when I'm all alone, give me Jesus. Give me Jesus. Give me Jesus. You can have all this world. Give me Jesus. And when I come to die, and when I come to die, oh, when I come to die, give me Jesus. Give me Jesus. Give me Jesus. You can have all this world. You can have all this world. You can have all this world. Give me Jesus.
Amen. Beautiful and to the point and simple.
Yeah, it is. I mean, that's all you need, right?
Yeah.
That's all you need. Well, I would like to do one more, and this is
You
the
may.
song. Thank you. This is the song I was talking about. This is a song that wrote several years ago as I was sort of moving closer and trying to understand a little bit more about my faith and understanding a little bit more about what faith is and what grace is and what salvation is. Which is odd because I grew up in a Lutheran home when we sang that kind of songs, but it was just it never really struck me until probably 2005, 2006.
Well, that was a lot of us,
Yeah. So this is a song about just about being lost and getting found and finding the way. So it's called "The Cross and Some Nails." Sacrifice you made for me, I'm forgiven, not forgotten. Price you paid for me, God told me forgotten. The gift that you built with a cross and some nails. The gift that you built with a cross, some nails. I was lost just like that lamb, out in the dark and all alone. Your love shone brightly as a lamp, guided me home. With the light that you lit with a cross, some nails. With the light that you lit with a cross and some nails. Teach me to pray, show me the way, how to build my life. When the carpenters praise, now the the carpenter's grace, and I've been saved by a cross and some nails. Blood that was shed for me, forgiven, not forgotten. Your love set me free, God's only begotten. The gift that you build with a cross, some nails. The gift that you build with a cross, some nails. Teach me to pray, show me the way, how to build my life. Know the carpenter's grace, sing the carpenter's praise, and I've been saved by a cross and some nails. 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 By a cross and some